The Menin Memorial, Ypres, Belgium. One of the world's most important monuments to sacrifice. Dedicated to the lost souls of allies in the Great War. Its opening in 1927 so profoundly moved the Australian war artist Will Longstaff that he put to canvas a painting that captured like none before the heartache and sacrifice of war. Once one of Europe's most important cities, shell-scarred Ypres was an Allied staging post. Thousands of diggers marched through the fabled Menin Gate, then just medieval ramparts, on the way to battle. Many never returned. Australia suffered 38,000 casualties in Belgium. The bodies of tens of thousands of Allied troops were never recovered. After the war, it was decided a huge monument would commemorate those killed in Belgium, but have no known grave. Will Longstaff went to Ypres for the opening.
The night before the Menin Gate Memorial was formally opened, Will Longstaff went to walk along the Menin Road. The Menin Road was an important access to the battlefield, and Australians, including Longstaff during the war, had walked along it to access these battlefields. And he wanted that connection to activity that not only he had done a number of times, but Australian soldiers had done over and over again, knowing that it might be the last walk they take. So he's out there in the dark and meets a woman who is in the dark on her own doing the same thing. Being a gentleman, he asks her if he can help her. And she said, "No, I'm just here with my boys. I can feel them all around me."
The woman's name was Mary Horsburgh. Her remark caused Longstaff to have a vision of steel-helmeted spirits rising from the moonlit cornfield around him.
And that just struck an instant chord with Longstaff. I don't know what quite happened to him, but his soul was filled with this image that he then went on to paint very quickly, which became the Menin Gate at midnight. He feels like he can see people. It's like a fervour that grips his spirit, and he's got to get this image down straight away. So a lot of the elements that you see, the helmets, some of the spikes, are things that he genuinely feels he's seen a vision of in his mind, and he's captured as quickly as he knows how and put it onto the painting. In the same way that this image instantly grips Longstaff, it instantly captivates an audience. It's immediately resonant with everybody who sees it. It's taken to Buckingham Palace for the King to see it because he's heard rumours of this painting. And it is put on display in London, and then decided that everyone in Australia should have the opportunity to see this painting as well. So it comes back, it goes to Perth where 85,000 people file past it. It goes to Adelaide where they need to extend the season. It goes to Melbourne, Sydney, up to Brisbane, down to Hobart. Hundreds of thousands of people see it. They estimated 200,000 people saw it in the first few weeks of it, being in Melbourne and Sydney each. We talk about things going viral these days. This is viral in the old days.
The painting has inspired generations of Australians to visit the Menin Gate, to pay homage to the 6,000 Australians whose names are engraved on its walls. The Menin Gate itself obviously still stands today, and it forms a part of many Australians' pilgrimage to go to the battlefields. They have sounded the last post under the Menin Gate every night, with the exception of a hiatus during the Second World War. Since the end of the war, it is part of the people of Ypres' contribution to commemorating what happened around their town. So for many Australians who have gone to Ypres on a beautiful sunny evening and heard the last post, or in the depths of winter in their coats like I have and heard the last post, it's an important part of our commemorative activities as travelling Australians today.
Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
People needed this image. I think they needed to feel a connection with the missing people from their lives and to feel that they are somewhere. In a really personal way, they could imagine that they're a helmet in the field and that their boy is actually there.